Jungla de Graffiti, Questore Impostore, Rockstar, the podcast we we sono to a capo, yo sono Chief Gihareh, K-Rare. Alright, so we're gonna continue with the art, fashion, photography discourse, but for right now we're going to focus on the art and fashion. One piece of art, one piece of art, this person has a distinctive style, method, or whatever you want to call it, that is, do you say analogous to them? Or like just that they're known for? So I want to talk about, well, so it's like, one of the things is that they just recently posted, so it was worth looking at. And not only did they just recently post, it was like, I like it. So we're gonna look at a couple, well, just one of those. Now, then is also a matter of what catches my attention. So what caught my attention was a couple of pieces. Well, it was one piece in particular, and then I decided to swipe, and then I saw some other things. I'm like, okay, these are all fashion and art, so let's go ahead and look at those, talk about those, because tomorrow we will be in the kitchen, not cooking no chicken. We're gonna have we'll do a little research and put up some new merch. So, ooh, this one took me a little longer. Why did it take me so longer this one? Okay. No. Took me over 2 minutes, but let's get into it. So we'll start, since there's not much to talk, well, we'll just start with the art. So his name is right there. You see his name. His Instagram name is right here at the bottom. And so his art particularly focuses on what you see. So it's literally, you can just picture, yeah, I ain't one of them. Shaleka Shalom. But you can picture any character, right? And when you picture that character, this is how he does it. So it's the skeleton, and it's that character outline, and boom. So if I was trying to be a little bit more particular, I'm trying to minimize this part here, bro. I do not like when, bro. I don't know why the hell, bro. See, bro, come on, bro. I don't like my fucking face zoomed in. I'm just trying to minimize this shit. Oh, there, got it. Okay. Hopefully my face isn't zoomed in. Nope, that for sure was. Alright. So, this is, and so with this, right? Once you see one, and so like there's a thing about that, right? So, one of the other artists that I went up here, the word to use was impressionism. Once I see him posting, I know what it's gonna be about. You know, I knew it was gonna be a boat in water. And so same thing with him. When I see him post, I know it's gonna be, okay, a skeleton and some character. And so the part to like look for is like, well, what character is it gonna be, and this and the third. So he has some really cool ones, of course. But as far as when it comes to variety and what are you gonna do differently this time, and the colors used and things like that. And so, oh, what I was gonna say was, if I was gonna be a little bit more particular, I could have, you know what I'm saying, showed you parts of the process, but I can talk to you verbally. Some people are visual, some people are auditory, some people are kinesthetic learners, they learn by doing, some people, it's a lot of whatever. So he starts off with a white canvas, and he spray paints both sides. So you can see here it's pink and it's orange. So he started with spray paint one side, spray paint the other side. So you see there's this nice ombre effect of how it fades from pink into the orange. So there's one thing. And then he came back and did the skull part. He came back and did the skull part. Now, this is one of those, like, this is not going to do it justice. So when he goes to do like the skull part, like right in here, there's like a whole bunch of like dots, like, and the number of dots, it's like there's a high concentration of dots and it can like fades out into a lower concentration of dots. So like just for the effect and textures and all that shit. And then one of the last things he did was the black. You know what I'm saying? Then he comes back and puts the character on it. That's when you know what character it is. And then the thing that really I just thought was like a little bit interesting and cool. It wasn't nothing like super special from any other John, but he then does a cutout, and it's like these. He literally has like a cutout for like the two circles, and he puts that over top of the whole painting to cover it up, and then he just spray paints the white for the circles, and then he comes back with the black and like fills those in. So, excuse me. This is one of his pieces. I think I wasn't sure if he also had this one picture. Well, it's just even cool just to see, like, you know, as an artist, it's nice to have a space. And like when you have your art and your supplies of just like leaving it and then coming back to it, never having to clean it up, just kind of sort of maybe. You can keep it clean, but so this is his, but he has some other ones that like, I like when you see like, man, I like this, like how this person is able to live and do and create things. So this was one. Now we're gonna move to the fashion. We're gonna move to the fashion side. So I will start with, this is what, now it's, let me also, as a disclaimer, this is also Shein, right? Have you ever shopped on Shein? Would you? Quality, all this shit, right? So this is what I see first. This is what I see first. And so what do I like? Like for this right here, I'm pretty sure somebody knows who this character is, but I don't. It's still just like cool art scene. That's one. I like the vertical, is it Japanese, Chinese writing that comes down. And so these are types of things to like talk about, because I think this is the front of the shirt and this is the back of the shirt. And it's like, for me, I kind of would want the opposite. I would want this on the front and I would rather have that on the back. That's one. Another thing to mention is, now this is one of those, like, for me, so like the way I'm currently able to put whatchamacallit, I'm kind of like, it's kind of has to be within a certain like box. But see, this is one of those, like, you see it's not really particularly boxed in as far as like placement of the design. So this is one of the first pieces that caught my attention. But mind you, all these next pieces are Shein. And it's worth to talk about as far as, you know, design, how I would design, and how things I like and don't like. Next. Now, okay, with this one, it's cool for, okay, you got the design that is just all over, right? It's all over, printed everywhere on the sleeve, all that stuff, right? What actually really goes together, I'm not even sure, right? As far as like, at one point, it's like, this is just cool. It's like a cool art and design. So whether they really go together, I'm not sure. But what caught my attention, what I like about this one, is the fact that it, like with the alligator mouth being open on either side of this, so like that makes it go, it can be a little fun in the sense that if the shirt is open, you know what I'm saying, you got a shirt underneath, like if he's worn like this, there's a shirt underneath with a whatever. And even like if this was like an outfit, right? of like the details that a person could go into like having an outfit. Like you see how like whatever this is, but what if that was something that the alligator could actually eat? And so it's like you got your shirt and you could like button like maybe like the 1-2 here so that like when people see it out in public, like, oh, the alligator, the mouth is kind of open and it's eating something. Like it's things like that. Like so that's why this one was like this is a cool design. This is a cool design, cool shirt. And but the only thing about like ordering something like this off of Shein is like how it's gonna look on you and stuff like that. But outside of that, like this is a cool design and cool shirt. I like this. All right, what's next? Next is now this is another one of those things that it's going to be really cool, nice, awesome, whatever. You know how like sometimes, well, it depends on what field you're in, right? When if you're into a certain field, you're interested in certain things, and you like you want to create or have like certain merch or products or something. Like this is one of those again. Like I have a video of this, whatchamacallit. It inspired me to do some other shit, but like this tapestry jacquard. This one has a really cool design. It's a mix of things here and there. Like this is like I fuck with this shirt heavy. I fuck with this shirt heavy. Like this is one of those where I would, me personally, like, well, shit. Like where can I whatchamacallit and try to design my own shit. But the design kind of repeats. You see it here and there, and you see this here, there. So I fuck with this heavy rockstar shit. I think that's a guitar right there. Tomorrow, it got vibes to it. I really fuck with this shirt. I really like this. This is that tapestry jacquard shirt. I'm not even sure if it's tapestry jacquard, but this would be nice with one of those like boxy type fits. If it's a boxy type shirt, this would be fucking dope. If it like, and so I'm not sure. I didn't really look to see whatchamacallit, what it was called. I looked into the details, but if it's a tapestry jacquard and if it had a boxy fit like this, these are all like, yes, this is fucking fire. Next one. Now, this is, how do I explain? So, what catches my attention about this one is, of course, this part, right? And so, it's worth talking about. So that may be another segment. I'm going to find the artist, but these like the types of art that like and then it's not even like, cause you know how some people look at art like, oh, it's demonic and is this fuck up. This is that shit where it's like open your mind, like this shit fire. You know what I'm saying? And it's more so just like the facial part, like the split face. They're sharing this eye, kind of, sort of. Maybe not even for real. Like I think she has her own eye. Yeah, it's like the bro. I fuck with this. I fuck with this design concept here. So this would be. I'm gonna have to come back through and see like, well, what for tomorrow? Because tomorrow I'm gonna sit down at a computer and I'm gonna like put some stuff. We're gonna make some stuff. But like it would be like tonight or so. I would have to just figure out what it is I want to do for designs, like, and so like the other parts they don't make or break the shirt, and it doesn't fucking matter. Like the Japanese here, that random ass spider web, that's some like, you know what I'm saying. And then but this shit up here, like that's okay, but it doesn't do anything for the shirt. And so like it could be a different font, it could actually be words that you could actually read. It's stuff like that. What up? So the bottom part right here, like same thing, more Japanese writing, and boom. Next one. Now, I have seen this. I have seen this one. I'm not sure, but I may have seen this exact like of this skeleton with the cigarette. So, of course, you know my thing is cigars. That's one thing. I did go and make a series of shirts that have skeletons on them. So there's one thing. I did do a series of shirts that have skeletons on them. But one, like I didn't take a picture of this other shirt. So that was be one of the things I'm about to sit here and talk about was one of the designs potentially try to make. It was, I'm blessed and highly favored. I hope you're doing well. One of these shirts that I saw but I didn't put up here. It was like this Jimi Hendrix shirt, and it was like a skeleton holding a guitar, but it said Hendrix. So like for design concepts, that's something that I would try to do as well. Next, now this is one that I just thought is funny. I saw this as a meme before. I used to post this a couple times. But clearly you do or do not get the picture. And it says it means friendship in Chinese. So I fuck with this one. I fuck with this one heavy. Yeah, I might even, whatchamacallit, this is worth putting on a shirt. It's worth putting on a shirt. I would have to go find the actual one for whatchamacallit. Now, the last one, now these is when I talk about like, so I have 2 pair of like joggers on my page for merch, right? I have 2 pair of joggers for merch available, but this is the shit that I fuck with. Like this fading of black to white is awesome. And mine they're white, which is be like super clean and whatever, but you know, how well can you keep them clean is a thing. So, in like looking at this, like there's design, yeah, it looks cool, but functionality wise, like if you're going out, the white, you wearing white shoes and what this and that third, like these are where you start to look at like, so for instance, Yeezys look cool when they're dirty. You know what I'm saying? You need to find some shoes that look cool even when they're not clean. So this is something that would, like over time, if you just walk and dirt, mud, anything starts to like really mess up the white on the bottom, those are like things to think about. So instead of it fading from a black to a white, conceptually, to put this shit on, PTSO, put that shit on, if this shit was tan, if it was like a tan, like, or whatever color you want to sit there and talk about, cream, tan, I hope you get what I'm trying to mean. It doesn't have to be brown, but really light, you know what I'm saying? Taupe, if it just, but not white. So fading from like this black to like a taupe, bronze, any of that shit, right? Make those pants like 10 times more fire. Make those pants 10 times more fire. So ones that I would be excited, I'm gonna go back to one more time. This would be an easy one to put on the shirt. I would have to, yeah, let me go ahead. Well, I don't actually have to try to write anything down. I can just look back at these for whatchamacallit. A skeleton with a guitar, puffing a cigar. That may be what I'm going to try to do. I don't even know what to call this to like try to whatchamacallit. But that's the thing to like whatchamacallit. And now this one again, this is one of those aspiration dreams type shit, like, because that shit's not available. You know what I'm saying? This one was cool. This one was cool. And this is what has sparked it. This is the first one that kind of caught my attention. But for me, the way things are, if I'm not able to like particularly put like a character like as big and put it at the bottom, especially if I'm not going to have the full body, then I would rather have like a full body of the character, you know what I'm saying, if it's just going to be in the middle of whatchamacallit. So this is Fashion Art Discourse. Feel free to let me know if you liked any of these pieces, what you did or did not like from these pieces, and whether you agree or disagree with any points, just on some fashion shit. But I'm going to take a look through and I'm going to see just some designs. Well, that may be actually what I'll do in the next segment. I'll probably look at some whatchamacallits and then just flush out some potential low-key designs to put on merch for tomorrow.